do," Cyril owned with languid approval. So the table was moved back, and then the hole in the carpet that had been near the window till the carpet was turned round showed most awfully. But Anthea stole out on tiptoe and got the tray when cook wasn't looking and brought it in and put it over the hole. Then all the fireworks were put on the table, and each of the 4 children shut its eyes very tight and put out its hand and grasped something. Robert took a cracker, Cyril and Anthea had Roman candles, but Jane's fat paw closed on the gem of the whole collection, the jack-in-the-box that had cost 2 shillings, and one, at least, of the party, I will not say which, because it was sorry afterwards, declared that Jane had done it on purpose. Nobody was pleased. For the worst of it was that these 4 children, with a very proper dislike of anything even faintly bordering on the sneakish, had a law, unalterable as those of the Medes and Persians, that one had to stand by the results of a toss-up, or a drawing of lots, or any other appeal to chance, however much one might happen to dislike the way things were turning out. "I didn't mean to," said Jane, near tears. "I don't care. I'll draw another." "You know jolly well you can't," said Cyril bitterly. "It's settled. It's medium and Persian. You've done it, and you'll have to stand by it. And us too, worse luck. Never mind. You'll have your pocket money before the 5th. Anyway, we'll have the jack-in-the-box last, and get the most out of it we can." So, the cracker and the Roman candles were lighted, and they were all that could be expected for the money. But when it came to the jack-in-the-box, it simply sat in the tray and laughed at them, as Cyril said. They tried to light it with paper, and they tried to light it with matches. They tried to light it with Vesuvian fusees from the pocket of Father's second-best overcoat that was hanging in the hall. And then Anthea slipped away to the cupboard under the stairs where the brooms and dustpans were kept, and the rosiny firelighters that smell so nice and like the woods where pine trees grow, and the old newspapers, and the beeswax and turpentine, and the horrid and stiff dark rags that are used for cleaning brass and furniture, and the paraffin for the lamps. She came back with a little pot that had once cost 7 halfpenny when it was full of red currant jelly. But the jelly had been all eaten long ago, and now Anthea had filled the jar with paraffin. She came in and she threw the paraffin over the tray, just at the moment when Cyril was trying with the 23rd match to light the jack-in-the-box. The jack-in-the-box did not catch fire any more than usual, but the paraffin acted quite differently, and in an instant a hot flash of flame leapt up and burnt off Cyril's eyelashes, and scorched the faces of all 4 before they could spring back. They backed in 4 instantaneous bounds, as far as they could, which was to the wall, and the pillar of fire reached from floor to ceiling. "My hat!" said Cyril with emotion. "You've done it this time, Anthea." The flame was spreading out under the ceiling, like the rows of fire in Mr. Rider Haggard's exciting story about Alan Quatermain. Robert and Cyril saw that no time was to be lost. They turned up the edges of the carpet and kicked them over the tray. This cut off the column of fire, and it disappeared, and there was nothing left but smoke, and a dreadful smell of lamps that have been turned too low. All hands now rushed to the rescue, and the paraffin fire was only a bundle of trampled carpet when suddenly a sharp crack beneath their feet made the amateur firemen start back. Another crack. The carpet moved as if it had had a cat wrapped in it. The jack-in-the-box had at last allowed itself to be lighted, and it was going off with desperate violence inside the carpet. Robert, with the air of one doing the only possible thing, rushed to the window and opened it. Anthea screamed, Jane burst into tears, and Cyril turned the table wrong way up on top of the carpet heap. But the firework went on, banging and bursting and spluttering even underneath the table. Next moment, Mother rushed in, attracted by the howls of Anthea, and in a few moments the firework desisted, and there was a dead silence, and the children stood looking at each other's black faces.